A few years ago, back in 2020, 2021, I did a couple camera reviews and setup videos for this company, Soliom, and I was impressed by those cameras. Today, we're looking at another one of those, Soliom Pro. This is their Hummingbird feeder with integrated camera, and I am really looking forward to getting this set up and seeing what kind of shots we can get of hummingbirds. So, without further ado, today we're unboxing and setting up the Soliom Smart Hummingbird feeder. Okay, let's get this guy out of the box. Get the plastic off of it. See how she comes. We have a bird feeding guide. That's the manual. We have a note of some kind, quick guide. Hey, make sure to do it this way and not that way. I'm assuming how to fill. Two little handles. Second, there's the feeder. Pull this guy out, and then the rest is just padding. All right, this, and the nice thing is it tells you exactly what's in the box. So this has a hanging hook, feeding pots, yep, the little flowers, Type-C cable, and reset pin, and that's in the bag there. And this one, bird stands, antenna, and cleaning brushes. The antenna, cleaning brush, and the stands. And last box, solar charger, and a really long cable. That's pretty cool. If you're gonna mount it, there's a mounting sticker to show where to, put the screw holes in. Screws, yeah, so this is the mounting piece, which is gonna be for the solar panel. All right, so I'm gonna keep that in the box for now. Okay, let me get this stuff cleaned up. First thing first, let's look at the camera. So there's a big sticker here. I'm gonna take that off. And they actually have instructions on here about gently pushing out the camera. So it looks like there is a release piece right here. At least it looks like, maybe it's just a holder, but essentially you can push the camera from the front, push it out the back, and that's exactly what you do. All right, and that's what that is. That is a release for it. So if you push that down a little bit, or do I even have to push it down? Maybe it just holds it. So you push from the front and it slides out. So the nice thing is you can bring this inside. If you can't find a good place for the solar panel or during the winter or whatever, you can always bring this in, clean it, and make sure it gets charged up. Now before we actually go outside, I am gonna get this thing charged up. So I'm gonna get this plugged in while we do the rest of this. So before we start up the camera, let's get the feeder itself set up. So there are a lot of things here, obviously, but we do have the camera removed. The bottom piece right here unscrews to fill this with the nectar. Once you have this full with the nectar, then you take this and you screw it back into place. Now, the nectar that you would use in here, you can purchase at any store, or you can make yourself. In all reality, probably the best nectar is the one that you make in your home. You don't have to add dyes to it or anything like that, so it will be clear in color if you make it yourself at least. And it's just a 1:4 ratio of sugar to water. So if it's 1 cup of sugar to 4 cups of water, you bring it to a boil and then let it cool. And then once it's fully cooled down, then you can fill this up, which I will have ready for us when we actually do that section of it. But from there are these extra pieces, right? So they have the rail here that's just gonna sit right down in here. Just gonna pop in real quick and easy like that. You can replace these flower feeders. They have 3 yellow and 2 blue. Looks like in the bag. So if you want to change these out to the different colors, you can, or you can just leave them red. It's up to you. I'm gonna leave them red for now and use these as the backup. And there is an extra feeding arm as well. So that's pretty nice if in case something was to happen, break, what have you, you do have those extra components. Also on the top, you can see we have the hook. It's pretty simple. This hooks into place. And like that, you have the hook that's held by 3 different spots. So it's actually pretty solid for what it is. And it won't just easily pop back out. So that's pretty cool. Outside of that, everything else, including this little hook here, isn't necessary. Nice cleaning brushes. This antenna will go on the camera, and we're going to get the camera set up here in a second, as well as this is a USB to USB-C cord to charge it without using the solar panel. And then of course you have the solar panel. So lovely options for getting this set up. So let's, we have this pretty much ready, other than the nectar, which we don't have ready. Let's get the camera ready. I will say this real quick. This just makes sure that when you add nectar, make sure you flip it upside down, right? So it doesn't spill all over the place. This is a quick guide on kind of everything. Looks like the nectar filling as well as the setup of the camera and everything. Again, make sure you flip it upside down, and just quick notes on first time use stuff. Then we have the actual manual that does go step by step with everything that we're gonna finish up here. And then they do give you this really cool little bird guide. This is kind of neat. It shows the various species of birds, including hummingbirds, that that are out there, and gives you information about them. And then towards the back here, they give you how to attract them and their feeder of choice, or food of choice. So nice little book that comes with the camera. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's get the camera set up. Okay, so I'm actually still charging it, and I'm going to leave it plugged in to charge as much as I can while we're doing this. They even have a sticker on here to avoid incorrect insertion. We preloaded the card for you, the SD card. I'm going to take that sticker off. Another sticker to go with that. And I'm going to take a peek. I want to see what they got here. So a nice little rubber guard here. And the SD card they gave is a 32 gig, just non-branded micro SD card. So 32 gigs is what comes with it. If you want to go bigger, you can always probably go a little larger. Other than that, that is also where the power button is. So I am going to take off this protective lens cover. And on the side, we do have a QR code. We might be using that during setup. But I'm going to go ahead and click this on while we get ready. Push and hold. I heard something click. Give that a minute. Okay, so while we're getting ready to do the app, I'm going to screw this antenna onto the back of the unit, and then so that way it has that attached to it. And as you can see, I have the App Store open with the Soliom Pro app. Now there is a QR code in the manual, so you can pull this up real quick and easy, but we're going to go ahead and open that up. Agree and continue. Device management, live stream. All right, get started now. Sign up for a new account. I'm probably going to have to do that, although I might have my old account. Let me do this quick. Okay, if you want to share the device, make sure that admin hand, hit next. Now I just got to wait for a confirmation code to come to my email. Got that code from my email, hit next. And now I'm going to add a password, so let me do that quick. All right, password in there, hit done. Now we're to the registration page. We can hit the plus sign in the middle, hit allow to check Bluetooth. I heard a sign, yes I did. I'm going to click that, hit next step. I'm going to hit allow to discover devices, and I think that's it right there. I can click on it, and now we should be registering it with Wi-Fi here. Interesting that it didn't find it automatically, or if it was just taking its sweet time. I'm going to just put it in manually and see if it can connect. It looks like connected to the network.
Connection succeeded.
Yeah, that's interesting that it didn't find my, so I just typed in my SSID manually. But maybe if I let it go for a little longer, maybe I'm just a little impatient. But connection succeeded, initialized. There's probably going to be a firmware update, but we'll find out here in a second. Location, we're going to add a new location on the porch. So we're going to select porch, Hummingbird feeder. Hit next step. All right, now let's hit let's start. So I'm not in the place where I'm setting it up. It's asking me to put it in that location. We'll do that in a little while, hit next step. So right now, we are going to do the solar panel because we're going to set that up, I think. We can change this at any time. We're going to do battery only to get it going. Best for motion, adjust the height and angle, mounting the camera, and done. All right, 30-day cloud stairs, we're not going to do that right now. Continue with free plan, and we're going to update the firmware and hit update. Now, we're going to let that update get itself ready, and I'm going to go ahead and get my nectar ready, and we'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to actually unplug this for now. And I'm going to put this rubber cover back over the USB-C port for charging. Now this will go back in, rubber part with the memory card facing up, and slides in until it clicks. There we go, it clicks in the spot, and that's where that antenna is going to go up the back of it. Now, for us to fill it, we will have this, and I'm going to take that off. We're going to unscrew this and then just kind of set that at an angle. And we can actually fill it just like this. Now I did make some nectar. It is cooling. We're going to pour that into here before we go up and actually install this bad boy. But I'm going to go check one more thing before we do that. Okay, I have my nectar I made here in my Pyrex bowl. It's not cold, it is warm yet, but it's not hot at all. I can just go up to the top of that. That'll do. Plenty of extra for saving for later. Now that nectar I'm probably going to put in a jar and put it in the refrigerator so it doesn't go bad because it is sugar. But there we go. Now we should be set to flip this guy over and put my hook back on. And there we go. We're going to hang this guy. Let's see, one more thing. Coming back to the solar panel pieces. So these are the 3 pieces that came with it. You have the arm, which kind of put through here. And that's the mechanism that's going to screw it to this. So kind of like that. Make sure the threads screw up right. And the nice thing about this is once you get this set, you can loosen this and adjust the angle that this is set to, and then just tighten that down, and then it's set. 1/4-20 screw on the end of this goes onto the back of the solar panel itself. And I think I am going to actually use this. So I have this set. I'm going to actually take this back off here. So I have this ready to go onto it. We can take this and I'm going to screw this onto the face part of my deck and then just run the cable up to where I have the where I'm going to mount the camera. I am not going to mount it on my porch. I'm actually going to put it on my back deck. I made a little contraption back there to hang it on, and hopefully it works out good. So without further ado, we won't need all these other pieces. I will need these screws real quick. But other than that, we will have to make sure we go back into the settings of this guy and turn on the solar panel charging, I guess, portion of it. So, all right, let's I guess get outside. Okay, so I apologize for any noise, but the air conditioner is not that far from me. I have this pole that's on my deck, so I just strapped on just an L bracket, and I'm sure this is gonna work fine through one of the holes there. Look at that, and we are good to go. Now, I am going to zip tie the power cord for the solar panel and actually mount the solar panel down below there. And I'll show you that here in a second, but I figured I might as well just start running the cable since I'm up here already. And so all I'm gonna do, and while I don't like putting zip ties on cable, I also understand not to over tighten it. So this is how I'm gonna do it. It has a little slit here, just you can pull open just the port. Oh, I wonder if we have to, that makes sense, all right. So you plug it in through it and then you seal it. That keeps it nice and watertight. I don't want this too tight at all, but I also want this nice and loose up here so that this has plenty of room to go around. And just a few zip ties just to keep this against the pole. And then we're gonna go down and mount the panel. Don't judge me by my deck that's gonna eventually get replaced here. I just didn't see the need in putting more paint on this thing when it's dying. Just 3 of the screws she came with. It doesn't really matter the orientation because you can go anywhere around with it. And we have the solar panel here. It's just gonna go on there. Screw down like so. Let's see if we're gonna go and tighten everything down. And then I'm going to Velcro the excess down here. I'm gonna bring this down like this and then Velcro the rest of this extra cable right along this guy so it's out of the way. There we are. We have a solar panel that is now feeding that. We just gotta go back into the settings and make sure we have that adjusted properly. Okay, so we're opening the app here. You can see it actually has a live feed there. I'm gonna hit the little gear icon and we're gonna go into the settings here. So we can see power settings right below light settings. Power source, we're gonna do solar panel. Auto on after charging. Okay, yeah. If a device runs out of battery, it'll automatically turn on after charging to save your effort. Perfect. Turn that on. There we go. Now we're set. SD card, I'm gonna go ahead and format this guy. That way we know we're formatted properly, we're good to go. And any stuff from down below when I was setting it up gets erased. Perfect. Now, Wi-Fi strength, it says medium, although it's not that far from an access point. Alarm settings. Audible alarm, flashlight alarm, you can do that. I'm not gonna turn those on. video, because I'm not really wanting alarm so much. Recording resolution, I'm going to change that to 2K. That way we get the highest quality we can get out of it. Anti-flicker with 60 Hertz, that's fine. Auto night vision, yep. Black and white mode. Okay, so if you use color mode, there will be a white light that turns on. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it all in the black and white mode. SD card video, so shouldn't have anything on there yet. Back up. Let's head back here and let's actually see what this video footage looks like. Go full screen here. And look at that! If that doesn't promote your product, I don't know what does. And I'm standing right next to the thing almost, so that's pretty cool. So does it work? Why, surely it does. One more thing I did want to mention as well in here before we go is the motion detection at the very top, the first one. Set to medium. It was actually set to low. I changed it to medium because that Hummingbird that came in, I mean, touched it and then left. So I just wanted to make sure that I increase the sensitivity. I'm going to keep an eye on it to see what's the best sensitivity that I can find. You can schedule sleep modes and things like that. So like during the night or whatever, it won't record, or or during certain times. You can do that in here as well. There's just a lot of capability of this guy, and I'm really looking forward to see what we can get. You can see my hand there when I was checking. I was also checking the feeders to make sure there wasn't any blockage down there. Nope, looks good. There we are. We're fully set. We're fully good to go. And now it's just about waiting for a Hummingbird to come back. Now, I'm sure that I'll get plenty. That was just crazy coincidence that it happened while I was standing on the deck. And of course, I was standing literally just like 2-3 feet from the feeder when that happened. So that's probably why he left, as he saw me and he was like, I'm out. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I will have a full review of this, which I will have footage in the review. This is a setup and unboxing and setup video. So it's just pretty cool that we got to see that. Obviously they're looking for it already. And I've never had a feeder on my deck before. We always put feeders out front. So I wasn't worried about it, but that's pretty cool. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you can for me. And come on back to GeekSmart for another future video setup tutorial unboxing. Lots of fun. It is warm outside and I am sweating still from being out there for a little bit. So thanks for watching to the end, and we'll catch you back here on GeekSmart for another future video review. Keep tabs. I will put links in the description to when my full review is up on my Tech Gooch channel. And so, or you can just go over and subscribe to Tech Gooch, hit the audible icon, and you'll get notified when I post reviews. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.